Good morning, Australia. Good morning, the world. How you doing? My name's Hook. If you don't know, Hookstergram for long. So I want to do this video touching on a few things, reaching out to the cannabis people around the world. There's a lot of hostility, I suppose, that goes around. There's a lot of competition within cannabis. Cannabis consumption, believe it or not, growing, education, our experiences, all of those types of things. There's so much that goes into cannabis that, for why we're here. We've got our own reasons, but it's like a sport, it really is, you see. And we can, we love our favourite teams, we like our favourite genetics, we like our favourite growers, our favourite coaches and all of that. And that's really good. But I wanted to find a way to sort of reach out and maybe make it more acceptable for people to sort of be comfortable with competition, be comfortable with differences and each other in the garden. I've met a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of good times. Almost everyone I've ever met has showed me appreciation, looked at my work and had nice things to say. The odd person will come around where you clash from time to time, other growers usually, and that's what I really want to focus on right now. Clashing with other growers and other communities and things like that. And I wanted to reach out to mainly the owners of the channel, because that's where we set the tone there. What the owners of the channel are allowed to do is, the moves is what sets, but we've got to live with that as well. We've got to switch off at the end of the day and go back and do our family thing, go to work, and maintain a good mental health. For me, I'm very strict on bullying. It's not a place of freedom of speech per se, where you can just say anything you want facelessly, and I urge other cannabis content creators, cannabis community members, and what I would call leaders around the world, like myself. I see myself as a leader. I see a lot of you guys out there around the world. If I could mention some names, I'd prefer not to. But there's so many little channels out there, big channels, all of the cannabis channels. No matter what level you are, whether it is a Dude Grows, whether it's a strain show, whether it's the Aussie Grow Show, the Hookstergram, or whatever, we're all equal that way. We all love cannabis, and we all get into those situations from time to time where somebody new comes to the community, or somebody with a higher experience or has been around and they want to drop it on us and tell us how they did it, and they get real excited. And it's a real hustle bustle place, because everyone wants to have their say and talk about their experience. And that's what's great about it. We can do that. We can all have our say. We can all talk about our cannabis experience to each other, and we should have this place. We should be here. We are here for a reason. Never in the history of human times has cannabis scene been so connected with humanity. This is something amazing. Cannabis and humans go hand in hand together wherever they go. So we've all got these experiences, and we want to tell our stories. And from fair income, it doesn't matter what someone says about me. I've been growing cannabis for almost 30 years, and it never goes away. The passion, the spark. Maybe it does, it just hasn't yet for me. But there's always stuff to learn that's new. There's always someone who can grow a bigger plant than you. There's always somebody with frostier nuggets. All right, but there's nobody that grows like you. There's nobody that grows like you. Wherever you get your information from, whatever you learn and mentor about cannabis, know that at the end of the day, that style's going to be yours. You are going to own your own style, and you're going to be the owner of that. If you're smoking some weed at the end of your ounce and your pounds, all right, and you don't like it, it's a bit swarfy, bit of a low grade, so remember, you grew it, all right? And that's the great thing about cannabis. You never know what's going to happen. You gotta reap, you gotta sow, reap what you sow. But please, if you can find a way to reach out to somebody in your community who needs help, who you see having a hard time, no matter who it is, if you can find a way into a zone, a comfort zone, where you can reach out to a fellow brother or sister in the cannabis community and let them know that they're loved, you know, and through my circumstance, I have frenemies, enemies, fans, followers, lovers, you know, and I don't want to make any of them feel terrible, bad. But I mean, I fall into the trap of doing that often, fighting, making comments, crude comments about people who dislike me or disapprove of my content or disapprove of something I might believe, which is fine. I love cannabis. Anyone who knows me knows how much I love cannabis. I've never met anyone so obsessed. And when I do, I usually get along with them really well. There's a lot that, I could talk about cannabis all day, right? And some of it's just freaked out. But again, over 30 years, almost 30 years, I've seen a lot. I've seen thousands, I've popped, if not, probably hundreds of thousands of seeds. It's impossible to count. And I'm still just at the beginning. And that's where I put myself equal with everybody else. But everybody else is so much in their own way, advancing cannabis in their own way, in their own experience. And I want to try and encourage people to move towards a happier place and discomfort to get to that happier place, to roll together, to grow together. To get to that place, it takes effort. It takes you to want to heal community. There are some people that will fight against it. And you know what, it's up to the YouTubers themselves to say, you know what, we're not going to tolerate any bullshit. This is not a place of a hate speech, all right? A freedom of speech. I'm all for freedom of speech, but I'm not here to provide a platform for someone to hate on another cannabis grower or cannabis community or try and shut people down. I've seen people trying to say, well, if you hang out with this person, you're a disgrace, or if you go do a show with this person. What kind of people savagely do that within cannabis? That's not cannabis. That's not cannabis. Throw hate off at once. When hate comes at you, and when you're threatened, you block that person, and you let them know, no, this is not on, and you get rid of them. Not everyone's going to understand what goes on if they've just walked in the room with those circumstances. But just know that sometimes you've got to call the shots on your channel and do the right thing, you know. And I know we like to have our favourite followers, but I think I'm responsible for my channel and the environment that I create, and I've got to make sure that I do my best that my channel doesn't infect other channels, and that's what I really want to do, and reach out to others as well to let you know that I'm here. If you want to chat, anything you want to talk about cannabis. The lifestyle. I'm a father of 6, right? Look, I'm here for you guys. If you want to chat, I'll sit here for hours and chat with you. And if there's something that I can do, one-on-one, to help with your state of mind, state of being, well-being, with your grow, with your consumption. If you want to talk to a doctor, we can work that out too. If you want to make change in your life, take control. Reach out to somebody, say something, tell somebody. Grow together, roll together. Look out for each other, eh? Bong on Australia, bong on the world, and bong on your bloody head.